What's up, YouTube, the world? Okay, I want to talk about something real quick. First, I am a member of Resurrection Power Church of God in Christ here in Columbus, Ohio, which is really actually in Gahanna, Ohio, but it's a suburb of Columbus, Ohio. So, born and raised Church of God in Christ, second generation on my mother's side of Church of God in Christ. All my life, growing up in my mother's house, she played a lot of gospel music. From the Jackson Southerners to the William Brothers to the Winans to and all the way up to the Clark sisters, the Mass Choir. Growing up, I remember seeing um, Denise, Jackie, Karen, Dorinda, and Twinkie all my life growing up. And around towards I could say around like 89, I didn't see Denise anymore. Now, this is my thing. I just want to ask the question: what happened between Denise Clark and the Clark sisters, where they don't even acknowledge her? They always talk about their mother, which I mean, Dr. Maddie Moss Clark, uh, she is the Church of God in Christ when it comes to music. So always, I'm a very, very good fan of the Clark sisters. I don't want no one to take this video thinking that I'm bashing the Clark sisters. No, I'm not. I love the Clark sisters. The Clark sisters are um, a group that I can remember. You brought the sunshine, name it, claim it, pure gold, clap your hand. This is my living thing. I grew up in the 80s, so it's I can't say nothing bad about the Clark sisters. So I love the Clark sisters, but I want to understand why that the Clark sisters does not talk about their sister at all. Like the unsung about a couple years ago that came out. They showed all of Karen, her husband, which is the bishop, her son, and her daughter. But you really didn't see nobody from the other, sisters. Time to time you'll see Twinkie and Larry, which is Denise, son. But he don't even say nothing about his mom. So it's like, what is it that's so bad that they don't acknowledge her, regardless of what you go around now. I have brothers and sisters that I don't, really too much talk to like that. I love them, but we don't have that like close relationship like that. So we're from each other from a distance, so we're not in each other's face. So I can understand that. But if something would happen to me, if I became this big celebrity, or if I'm on TV or whatever, first I would thank God for what everything he done for him and my mother, my father. But if anyone asks me about my brother or sister, I'm going to say something like, my brother and sister. That's all I can say. I'm not going to go into details, but I'm going to say something about my brothers and sisters. But they haven't even, do that part. I think they said something like, let me see. I think they said something like, Denise left us. Now Twinkie, that was on Ensemble Opera. They said that, but that was like the only time they really too much really mentioned her. But it's like, what did she do that was so bad, or is it a contract, or is it something that we don't know? Because back in the days, me growing up, in that area, what goes on in the house stayed in the house. A lot of people, we was taught growing up, you don't tell everybody your business. You just don't. And there's a lot of people can keep secrets. That's something that's done in the South a lot. You know, my family speak. There's so many secrets that was in my family that my mother recently died not too long ago, a year ago, and all kind of things start coming out. So it's like, wow. And when someone died, that's when the real truth come out. And it shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't have to wait to hear what you really have to say, to about me, But it, now I'll tell you something. I'm so much I'm so much big of the Clark sisters is that one time I told people that I was related to the Clark sisters. I really was, and of course it was a lie, but it was just like I was, That's how much I love the Clark sisters. So, it's like, if I was a member of the Clark sisters and I must left the group because I had all these kids out of wedlock, um, I'm always going to talk about my mother, my brothers, my sisters, if they are celebrities. Yeah, yeah. I will always tell my story, what really happened, why. I won't go into, but I will say things like, things didn't work out, and this is the real reason why. She have never given an interview. It's like one day, it's like Destiny Child. Beyonce, one day you see four girls, the next day you see three girls, and they went so fast. It's just like you never know. You couldn't find out who was there, who was missing, who was there. That's how fast it went, and that's how I feel about the Clark sisters. So I just, if anybody I'm not trying to come at anybody, but it's just that I know that if we are Christians, and one thing that my mother instilled in me is that forgive people. Sometimes you may not forget it, and maybe that's something I have to work on, and maybe that's something people have to work on, forgetting it. But I do forgive people, and I feel that you should be able to keep on going into your destiny and what you want in life. Basically, that's what I'm saying. But I just never. I just want that question to be understand what really happened to Denise Clark. Why is there anyone talking about this lady? Why don't her kids acknowledge her? So not too long ago, Dorinda Clark came to our church about a year and a half ago, almost a year and a half ago, and my mother was there as with me as well. And I got to, I remember, at the church, she was very lovable. Her spirit was there. She tore the church down. It was a very, very, very experience being in front of Kojic Roy. And that's something that I will probably never get, being there, actually meeting Dorinda Clark Cole, the Dorinda Clark Cole. So I had the opportunity to do that, along with my mother, my mother and I, first time actually meeting, one of the Clark sisters. So, it was a great experience, growing up, going to the Holy Convocation, we always seen them, so it's kind of hard, not really knowing, like, what is it that she did that was so bad? Did y'all have to sue her, or do you have to give her money for, every song? Because I'm pretty sure now that Denise get royalties from somewhere. The Clark sisters make money. The Clark sisters just don't go around saying hee ha ha ha, and you're gonna pay them $10, $20. You're gonna pay them, in the thousands and thousands of dollars for them to even come to, an event. And if you cancel, they'll keep the set the date check, they keep that, so they're not people that just, sing in the church and just only in Church of God in Christ and convention. They are traveling all over the United States, all over the world, all over the country to different auxiliary, different weeks. I know for a fact there is almost, a lot of weekends that Dorinda is not at her own church because she is traveling all over the world. The same thing goes with her sisters. They're traveling all over the world. They are not just, in one place. So they make good money. So it's like, maybe she's getting some good royalty checks. Maybe she's getting good royalty checks. And maybe if I was getting good royalty checks, it all depends on how much the royalty checks are, and I'll keep my mouth shh, cause I'm pretty sure every time there's a song that everybody heard it on Sunday Best, Write My Name. If you go to YouTube and click on that and put Write My Name, Dr. Mattie Moss Clark, and you will hear the old original version of a song. And it's like, I know that all of these Clark sisters are getting a check when that song was made. I think Donnie McClurkin, it was on his album or whatever. I don't know if it was featured on Dorinda album or not, but Donnie McClurkin, I know he had to pay some money for that. That's Write My Name above. That's a legend. That's a classic song in the Church of God in Christ. So if you go back to all that, I'm pretty sure that the Clark sisters are splitting money. I'm pretty sure Dr. Manny Moss Clark didn't just say, Denise, you're not my daughter no more, and I'm pretty sure that all of them get equally cut of that. So I don't know if they're making millions, but I'm pretty sure they're making good money. So maybe, it's all in the contract. Maybe money settled out. Maybe everybody's mouth is shut. They don't want to talk about it. But guarantee when they pass away, someone is going to come out with the real truth. Why? Bet my word on it. Someone's going to come out with the same thing accent, telling the finally truth about what really happened to Denise Clark. So this is something, I just wanted to come and make this. I've been for like almost over 10, 15 years. I always wanted to ask this question. Where is Denise Clark? Like, do people see her? Do she come to the conventions? I never seen her at the convention. And she's the person I would like to run up to say, hey, how are you doing? She got a good voice. She can sing and she can preach. So, I don't know if it's crazy. I'm not talking nothing against the Clark sisters. I love them to death. They are Kojic family and royalty to me, and I respect them. I just, feel that even if there is something in the air, and I pray and hope that it's not, we have to forgive. And just because people are, up on a pedestal, up, in a hold up on a high, rank in a church, we have to understand they are just as human as we all are. I had my kids in wedlock. I didn't have them out of wedlock. And the only reason why is that because that's the way I was taught. I was not taught to, have 4, 5, 6 baby mamas. That's not what I was taught. And that's what my mother instilled into me. And I will instill that into my generation. So we all really, really have to, understand, yeah, we was raised a certain way. Holiness will always be the way. Holiness will always be the way. I will never, 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 never doubt that. So, but we're human. We make mistakes. We do things, and that's why God, that grace and mercy, is there for a reason. So we can be able to be set back and unmovable. So I thank God for everything. But anyway, so I just wanted to just put this out. Where is Denise Clark? If anybody know, please tell me. But I am gonna go on a search to find her, interview her, and do what I can possibly do to understand what really happened to the Clark sisters. Why is everyone, not talking about her? It's like she just pooped and been gone, So it's like, sometimes I think, if she passed away, will we ever know she passed away? Would it be, out there, but if one of the other Clark sisters passed away, the whole world, CNN is going to be there, so, and I have seen that happen in the church. In the Church of God in Christ too. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it real. I'm not going to sit here and talk about, everything else. Let's talk about, the truth too. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the church. And not only in Church of God in Christ, and other church, all over the world, other churches, have the same thing. But, there's people that, are holy and vowed, you got to wear this, you got to look this way, you can't do this, if you have sex out of wedlock, or you have sex, you can't sing in the choir. I remember a time growing up that it was this lady, Mother Solomon of the LH organization in Columbus, Ohio. Her husband was Bishop Solomon. There was the pastor of Greater Faith Temple Church of LH, if I'm not mistaken, on Oak Street. Mother Solomon did not play. I should always hear her say, if you go to hell, it ain't nobody's fault but yourself. That's I used to hear her say that all the time. My sister one time came to church, she thought she was cute. She had this spaghetti strap, little thing on her, chest or whatever. So Mother Solomon, she said, Mother Solomon sit up in the pulpit behind the seat of behind the pastor's seat, in the corner where she could see everything. So my Mother Solomon came and got my sister, went and got a robe, put the robe on my sister. She had to sit in the back of the church with a robe on, and her praise better not drop. That was Mother Solomon. Mother Solomon didn't play. So the old organization, a lot of the older people, they are dying off. So church is starting to become a different now when it comes to rules and what you can do in church and what you can't do in church. But back then it was very, very strict what you can do and what you're not going to do. So that's all I want to know. Please, someone help me, find out what happened to Denise Clark. Thank you for listening.